Yes, welcome student. Today we are going to conclude this lesson organism and population and various mode of interactions in the in the ecosystem or in the habitat of the organism can be seen, and these different modes of interaction between the organisms of various species is mutualism, competition, predation, parasitism, commensalism, amensalism, etc. Uh, Biological control methods adopted in agriculture pest control are based on the ability of the predator to regulate the prey population. Predators also help in maintaining a species diversity in a community by reducing the intensity of competition among competing prey species. In the rocky intertidal communities of American Pacific coast, the starfish Pisaster is an important predator. In a field experiment, when all the starfish were removed from from an enclosed intertidal area, more than 10 species of invertebrates became extinct within a year because of interspecific competition. If a predator is too efficient and overexploits its prey, then the prey might become extinct, and following it, the predator will also become extinct for lack of food. This is the reason why predators in nature are prudent. Prey species have evolved various defenses to lessen the impact of predation. Some species of insects and frogs are cryptically colored, camouflaged to avoid being detected easily by the predator. Some are poisonous and therefore avoided by the predator. Monarch butterfly is highly distasteful to its predator. Similarly, if we are talking of competition is best defined as the process in which the fitness of one species, measured in terms of r, the intrinsic rate of increase that we have already discussed it previously, is significantly lower in presence of another species. It is relatively easy to demonstrate laboratory experiment as Gauss and other experimental ecologists did. When resources are limited, Gauss here is worth mentioning. In his experiment, he proposed the competition exclusion principle. This principle states that two closely related species competing for the same species cannot coexist indefinitely, and the competitively inferior one will be eliminated eventually. This somehow or other is indicating towards the principle or the philosophy given by Charles Darwin, which states survival of the fittest. This may be true if resources are limiting, but not otherwise. More recent studies do not support such gross generalization about competition, while they do not rule out the occurrence of interspecific competition in nature. They point out that species facing competition might evolve mechanisms that promote coexistence rather than exclusion. Parasitism is quite clear from the name that a species takes benefit from the other and harms the other also. This is parasitism, and this can be the obligate parasite, the facultative parasite. There are various kinds of parasites: ectoparasite, endoparasite, etc. So, parasitism is one more important way of interaction between the various species of the habitat. Parasites that feed on the external surface of the host organism are called ectoparasite, whereas those living inside are called endoparasite. And blood parasitism in birds brood parasitism in birds is a fascinating example of parasitism in which the parasitic bird lays its egg in the nest and its host lets the host incubate them. During the course of evolution, the eggs of the parasitic bird have evolved to resemble the host's egg in size and color to reduce the chances of a host bird detecting the foreign egg and ejecting them from the nest. Commensalism is one other very important mode of interaction, and commensalism is the interaction in which species benefit each other, neither in this interaction in which one species benefits the other is neither harmed nor benefited. An orchid growing as an epiphyte on the mango branch is the example of commensalism. So these are some of the important interactions among the